Okay, we back in it. Dub transmission from Father Moo is incoming, 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 incoming. How's it going out there? We're back to do it to him again. You know I had to do it to him. And what can I say? I'm not done with this project yet. I need to make more dub patches. And I'm gonna make more dub patches. So let's do this thing. There's been a lot of appreciation, I think, and I really think that's so great. I'm not going to spend too much time wasting your time talking about what you don't want to hear about, but I just like to, even for 100 views for me is great. And we had a couple people ask questions and stuff, and I was able to provide a little help. That's what I'm here to do. And maybe I've worked as a teacher for too many years, or in teacher-adjacent stuff, but so you get a bit of a paternalistic tone on the old Father Moo show. That's the way it goes, I guess. But, you know, I'd give anything for King Tubby to be doing this rather than me, but he can't, so I'm the best you got. I may not be a king, but at least I'm Tubby. Oh! Little self-burn there. Anyway. You can probably see what I'm putting together here. This is our almost default structure at this point. You know what? I was about to say at this point, I should save it as a starting point, and I think I'm going to do exactly that. And maybe in its own way, that's a little bit useful to people. I need my clock. For anyone who hasn't figured it out, this is a 3-oscillator dub stab. I usually call it that, or a dub chord, I guess, would be another good name. And the elements are the clock here on the left runs this sequencer. The tempo is dropped down to something dub related. The sequencer triggers a few hits at on and off beats, and its output drives the 2 envelopes. We'll get back to the envelopes in a sec. 3 oscillators feed into a mixer. Those are all sawtooth oscillators, and they're tuned to a chord, which for most purposes has been, the center one is down an octave. This one is down an octave and then up a minor third. This one is down an octave and then down another fifth. Yep. So you get a minor third that's tuned down an octave. These 3 outputs, I think they need to be dialed back to, let's say, 100 here or so. Shoot. Because if they're not dialed down a bit, they will distort. Distortion isn't bad, but it's not worth going for in this particular sound. And the output of the mixer goes through the filter, and then it goes into the first envelope. You can see all the red cables. Then the second envelope triggers the filter CV amount, and I think I'll leave those settings for now. So this is the outline of it, and let's, as I said, just save it. So I'm not going to put a number in front of this one, because this is not a finished patch that's going in the synth. Oh, those are the old ones. Where's the new ones? Not even in this folder, I don't think. Nope. Where the heck is it? Ah, whatever. I'll just save it to the desktop for now. So that was saved as Dub Stab Skeleton. And we still don't have any sound, so let's make some sound. Wait, why don't we have any sound? Okay. Looks like I plugged this wrong, because it's going into the dry channel. So I've just switched the position here. I think that was right. I don't know if that was right or not. But let's do this. Put this over here. There we go. You can hear my tape echo. I think I've decided now, at least for the time being, that the effects setting that I keep going back to on the Zoom is tape echo 3. I think it has this name because there's a tape echo, and there is no tape echo 2, but this 3 is named because it's imitating some famous one, which I haven't looked up. Getting a bit sneezy here. Okay, so let's tweak this guy a bit. First, we're going to make the cables disappear because they're kind of getting in the way. They may be back. But I want to go to these guys here, and having them set to the same settings is essentially meaningless. It's the difference in the settings that really gives us the sound we want. So let's listen. That's part of it. It's a little sort of wobble right at the start of the sound. It actually sounds really good to me. That's pretty close to right. Let's tweak the filter a bit. And we got down 24. Let's experiment. This is like the slope of the filter. Let's give it a bit of resonance. That's pretty good. Now we can also experiment with these two settings, but I'm kind of happy with this, so I'm just going to try to remember this is 520 and this is full left. So let's see if this actually improves or hurts the sound. Well, that's interesting. But I think I like the sharpness of what it was at. Now we're going to extend the decay out a bit. It's good, maybe too much. There's so much subtlety here. Even one click of this little arrow removing like 100 and some odd milliseconds. Well, it seems to be on a weird scale because some of them are less than 100 milliseconds. I like it, I like it. I'm gonna mess with the tuning of these now a bit. Interesting. Let's try sending this one down to the 5th. Okay, that's different. How about the amount? Cool. Well, there's still a kind of lack of, how should I describe it, hugeness to this sound. So since we're experimenting here, I think I'm going to save this in sections. Now my other naming convention is to put the 2-digit number at the beginning. Here I've named it B. That's just for my own reference, but since I'm happy with this sound, I'm going to try and keep some of my sounds, especially since I'm going to do something different here. Check this out. I'm going to delete that oscillator and put a whole different oscillator in there. Let's try this one. I don't know what it'll do, but it should be funky as hell. Now it's still tuned up, so let's send him all the way down. That's neat, but that's not what I was going for. There we go. I don't know if you can really hear a difference, though. The filter might be too close to hear the timbre changes. Let's try that. Okay, that's definitely interesting. So let's mess with the timbre on that lower OSC now. Clocked random step generator. Yeah, that's the one I want. Send the same clock here. Send the output to timbre in. Good. So I opened this up. Let's close them down a bit and see if we can buy a happy medium here. Might be hard to hear the difference here, so I'm going to give him a bit more volume in the mixer. So he's down there at the bottom of the octave, but he's got more timbral movement than the other ones because they don't really have a knob for that. They're just sawtooth waves. You probably need to listen to this one pretty closely, but I can hear it, and I can hear it anyway. And notice that I've left the filter at 12 as the slope, which is the one that's going to allow the most high frequencies through. If I go like this, well, you can kind of see it here. Look at the picture. See how now the slope includes more high frequencies and then less? They're both pretty good. I think I like this one. Just trusting the old ears here. Maybe send it down. It's also made it a bit shorter almost, so let's try the decay increase again. Yeah. That's awesome. It isn't quite, it's still not I'll let you know if I reach something that's really hitting the levels of Fluxion or my other sort of heroes here. Maybe I told myself at the start of this I would do some research into dubstabs, and I literally did not. If you remember, I had the envelope wiring wrong, but once I cracked that little code, I figured I was on the right track and I didn't want to mess with it, so yeah. Anyway, let's keep going and turn this into a bit more of a thingy here. How about some drums? Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to make the bass line first. We had good success before with actually having a full sequenced bass line, or at least it worked for me. So we definitely want number 2 here. And we need an envelope for this guy. Let's put it over here. As I recall, this one is going to need this attack dialed up a little bit, but we'll get into that eventually. We'll put it in the other mixer because we don't want the bass line to go through the delay, obviously. Or not so obviously. Let's put it in there. And he definitely wants to go down 2 octaves. Now this guy here is tuned to the same pitch, E2. Well, they're both down 2 octaves. You have to trust me on that one because their displays are a little different. So we don't want them to step on each other's toes. But if I send this one down another octave, it'll be so low that you literally won't hear anything. I'm going to experiment later with going away from the key of E to try and find a happier medium between those 2 octave ranges. But for now, the key thing to remember for me is just this note, the default note is going to be the same as this note. So I'm going to try and work more below it, maybe a little bit above it, but probably mostly below it. So let's put in some notes here. I have the feeling I'm going to need a hat to give me the 1 here, but for now, let's just do that. Okay, I think you're already hearing a pretty good reggae feel here. Oh, this needs to be connected to... Wait a minute, what? Oh, shoot. I used the wrong oscillator. Let's replace that. Can use C. Why? Because that one was a slave oscillator, which means it doesn't have a pitch input. So after plugging it in like that, I have to turn this up to max. And I also want to turn him down 2 octaves again. There he is. So now they both read E2. That's easier to figure out. Put this guy back in there. Should be the same. Yeah. Oh, and I'm not getting any pitch on this because I haven't hooked up the clock to this. That sounds good, although it wasn't the notes I was going for. Let's make sure the sync is resetting them at the same time. Still don't seem to be. Let's try this. There we go. Now, I don't know if this is exclusive to my instrument, but again, it's not enough to set one step to the note. If the decay of the envelope lasts longer than the single 16th note, you need the other sequencer notes to be tuned as well. Still sounds awesome. It's a lot of punch to the start of this one. Let's just try this. Should smoothen it out a bit. And we're going to give it a bit more length. Okay, I can hear this one also needs to be sent down. But I'm actually really happy with this. I made one of the patches like this before, and when I listened to it on Instagram, the entire bass line is non-existent, and the patch sounds like you forgot the bass line. But I can't do anything about people using Instagram, and I never would. So all I can do is make the sound that sounds good in my cans. Cans is what we call headphones. Here's 2 more drums. Let's feed them to the same mixer that the bass line is going into. Notice that we still don't have a compressor on this one, but we're at 70% almost, so we've used a lot of processing power here. Okay, so we got a kick and a cymbal. Let's get another sequencer for them. Oops. Nope, it's in here. You've been. Hook up the resets and the clocks. And then do this to reset them all. Makes my delay sound neat. So let's send this one to the first drum and this one to the second. Give them some heads. Getting a bit overly reliant on these defaults, but I'm gonna mess them up a bit. There we go. Whoa, that's a kick. Shit. I mean, damn. That sounds awesome. Gonna take some click out of it. Got away from me there. Going back to 2. I think I'm gonna try and fix this myself. It's funny. Here's the 2 decay knobs, and here's a decay knob, and they're all at 0, but the decay is too long for me. The only one I can see here is noise filter, so let's dial him down. There we go. A lot of subtlety there. Still not perfectly happy with that. It'd take maybe some of the volume out of it. I'm gonna try messing with these. It's actually a bit better. Let's bring them back up. Ah, darn it. Take this note out. How about this? I'm going to try sending these notes down. But the kick and the bass, they're really kind of doing almost the same job. They're so closely locked here. Of course, the real reggae drummers and bass players were very good at closely working out, playing the notes together. In singing, you would call it hocketing, where one guy sings every other note, but it kind of sounds like one guy singing a really complex thing. That would be with two singing guys in the example. Still not loving the hi-hat part of this, but well, that's just better. So why don't we make him something else? And why don't we patch him into the delay? See if we can get something. I got a hit on there. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but is it possible that my delay is in the wrong tempo? And it is. Oh man. For some reason my delay is set to 120, but it's working kind of well. But when I put that hit in, I realized it couldn't be right. There we go. Now it's at 78. That sounds better. It's better than the hat was anyway. I'm running low on processing power. But I think I know what I want to do for one more thing. I think I want to make one more voice. I don't know if it's going to be a chord or a single oscillator, but let's start with one oscillator and see if we can give a bit more melodic motion of this baby. I wonder... Okay, I'm going to keep trying to be weird. I was going to go with a sawtooth, which is kind of the safe way. But no, I think I'm going to burn the resources and just make the spectral osc so it's really truly different from the ones we've been using. Yeah, our processing power looks like it can take it. So there's my two envelopes again. And I'll send it, I think it's here for the wet channel. And then this one goes into there. This guy goes through here and into there. And I guess we'll need a whole new sequencer just for him. But I can do that. Let's just sync him up. There we go. Sequencer clocks the envelopes. There's his note. It's a little boring. Let's tweak here. Oh, I want it. This guy has spectral shape, and I think I want to go partials odd. So he's more like a square wave now, or like a clarinety sound. But let's use the same sweep we used for this oscillator. It's the blue clocked random step gen. And I think the note we want is D. Or maybe this. Either way, let's open up the filter. Okay, that's changing the sound. And do this again. all partials. Now let's try band pass. Oh, that's band reject. Still not the right note. See how the note has now disappeared? It's because the note isn't in the small range that the filter's allowing to pass through. So you gotta find that. It's getting closer. Oh, here's a good way to find it. It's at 246 hertz, so let's make this filter around the same number. I guess I have to make it a little higher. Well, at least I heard it better around here. There we go. Because again, the filter isn't just staying in one place. The envelope is messing with him. Let's put a little bit of randomness in by sending that same... Oh, I see. He disappears and appears because his spectral shape is being messed by this. So if we put this in... Wow. That's good. It sounds good. Let's try messing with these guys. Just gonna mute these guys so we can hear what's going on. Oh, I got an easier way to do it. Just dial this out. Cool. I'm gonna send the same weirdness to this. That's the resonance input. Most of my filters don't have a resonance CV input, but this one does, so let's use it. Maybe let's try doing this. That's too much. What I'm really going for here is more variation in this sound. And if that means that some of the notes are kind of removed, well, that's just kind of like automatic dubbing, if you see what I mean. Pretty happy with this, so let's dub it back in. Take some notes out, maybe. I got another idea. Let's try this. Let's make this 32 steps long. I was like, I kind of want to have two sequencers, but I'm running out of power, processing power. So by doubling the length of the sequencer, it means rather than these notes, for one of the bars, it's just tuned to the root note. That's cool. I'm gonna maybe send this up to -2. That's cool. This is just catching the end of a note, but it helps to add some tonal movement. That's awesome, dude. Just check that. Oh, just realized I forgot the tape hiss. With our remaining 10%, let's make the tape hiss. Can't stop dubbing with Father Boo. High pass filter. Envelope. And can I have yeah, I can have a little bit more. Sounding awesome here. Just dubbing it. Just dub it out. Last input in the mixer. No compressor, saved us the space and the power. Now we need to trigger that guy. But luckily we got this bad boy right here. Just put it on the 1. Boom. That's not great, but don't worry, we'll get there. I don't think triggering is even what I want. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. Let's fry that chicken, son. It's gonna be right on the edge of hearing here. A little quieter. That's it. You done it. Father Moo done it. Let's just put this over together in a little friendly noise area. This is it, boys. This is the one. 95.6%, and we got there, baby. We got there. We got chicken frying on the grill. Smells good, baby. Smells good. Let's try this. Can't really hear the difference. What if we very, very slightly vary this number? This one's really for me. People aren't even going to hear or notice this. It's fine. If you don't have headphones on, you probably don't even hear me doing this anyway. Dope. That's it. I can't crush it any harder than that. It's already been crushed like Elon Musk's car in the sun. Oh baby, that's good. Okay, let's do this thing. So say this, and this time we gotta find the damn folder for it. I guess I don't really care, man. Screw it. How come there's no folder? Well, I'll figure it out. If I go to save in synth, I'll at least know which number we're on. That's something. Good, so we're up to 7. This one is definitely 8. And I gotta go to save as. So I'm just gonna call this one Skeledub because I don't really care. Save it in the synth. It. Bassline is rocking the damn house. It might sound boring and repetitive, but even just a little bit of this kind of stuff. Father Boo! Feeling it, son. Feeling it. I would even like to maybe make a slow sequencer and change the pitch of this extra note over time. Will that even fit in here? I'm not even going to do it, but it's only this much. Yeah, I don't think I want to mess with it right now. Maybe in the future. Maybe we'll do a like getting ready for the gig patch and see if we put that in. Boom. I can't crush it any harder. That's it. It's specially pre-crushed for your crushing pleasure. This is Father Moo on the mic. I gotta go see a lady about a thing. I'll be back.